Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Welcome to this session on the correlation between first call resolution and other key call center metrics. FCR is more than just a standalone measure. It has a ripple effect across the entire customer service operation. When FCR improves, it strengthens customer experience metrics such as CSAT, NPS, and customer effort score. At the same time, it enhances operational performance by reducing average handle time, lowering abandon rates, and easing queue pressure. And from a financial perspective, higher FCR directly reduces cost per contact, limits overtime expenses, and protects revenue by boosting customer loyalty and retention. In this presentation, we'll analyze how FCR connects with these critical measures and why focusing on FCR improvement drives measurable benefits across customer experience, efficiency, and profitability. Let's begin by examining the relationship between first call resolution and customer satisfaction metrics like CSAT and NPS. The correlation is very clear. Higher FCR leads to fewer repeat contacts, faster problem resolution, and an overall smoother customer experience. When issues are solved on the first attempt, customers feel valued and cared for, which directly translates into higher CSAT and stronger Net Promoter Scores. On the other hand, lower FCR increases customer effort. When customers are forced to call back, repeat their issue, or face multiple escalations, frustration rises. This not only lowers satisfaction but also reduces loyalty and the likelihood of customers recommending the brand. Consider a simple example. When FCR is at 85%, CSAT levels often reach as high as 90%. But when FCR drops to 60%, CSAT typically falls closer to 70%. This demonstrates how closely first call resolution is tied to the customer's perception of service quality, making it one of the most powerful levers for driving satisfaction and loyalty. Now let's look at the relationship between first call resolution and average handle time, or AHT. The correlation here is nuanced. Higher FCR can sometimes result in slightly longer AHT because agents spend extra time ensuring the issue is fully resolved during the first interaction. This investment of time upfront prevents callbacks and escalations later. By contrast, lower FCR often creates the illusion of efficiency, with shorter handling times in the moment. However, this comes at a cost. Customers must call back multiple times, which drives up total handling time across all interactions and places additional strain on both agents and systems. For example, when FCR is at 85%, the average handle time may be around 420 seconds. But when FCR drops to 60%, AHT might appear shorter at 350 seconds. The problem is that overall call volume rises sharply, meaning the total effort required to resolve issues actually increases. This demonstrates that slightly longer, more thorough calls can save far more time and resources in the long run, while also delivering a far better customer experience. Next, let's explore the connection between first call resolution, service level performance, and SLA compliance. The correlation is straightforward. Higher FCR leads to fewer repeat calls, which lowers overall call volume. With less strain on queues, contact centers can respond faster, improving service level performance and meeting SLA targets consistently. On the other hand, lower FCR generates more follow-ups. This increases traffic in the call queue, creates longer wait times, and makes it far more difficult to stay compliant with service-level agreements. As a result, customers experience delays, and SLA penalties may even apply. For example, When FCR is at 85%, service level performance on an 80/20th target might be as high as 90%. But when FCR drops to 60%, service level compliance often falls closer to 70%. This shows how improving FCR not only enhances the customer experience but also protects operational efficiency and compliance commitments. Now let's look at how first call resolution impacts occupancy levels within a call center. When FCR is high, fewer repeat calls enter the system. This lowers overall call volume, which in turn reduces occupancy rates. With occupancy at manageable levels, agents have more breathing room, experience less stress, and are less likely to suffer from burnout. In contrast, low FCR drives higher repeat contacts, pushing occupancy above safe thresholds, often beyond 90%. This means agents are constantly busy, with little to no recovery time between calls. Sustained high occupancy not only impacts service quality but also accelerates agent burnout and attrition. For example, when FCR is at 85%, occupancy levels may stabilize around 80%. But when FCR falls to 60%, occupancy can climb to as high as 95%. This makes it clear, improving FCR isn't just about the customer, it's also about protecting agent well-being and ensuring long-term workforce stability. Next, let's examine the relationship between first call resolution and abandon percentage, or AB%. When FCR is low, customers are forced to make repeat calls to resolve the same issue. This creates heavier queues, longer wait times, and ultimately, more abandoned calls as customers lose patience and hang up. On the other hand, when FCR is high, call volumes decrease because issues are resolved the first time. This frees up capacity, shortens queue times, and results in far fewer abandoned calls. For example, at an FCR of 85%, abandon percentage may be as low as 5%. But when FCR drops to 60%, abandon rates can spike to 20%. This shows that first call resolution doesn't just improve satisfaction, it directly reduces customer frustration by keeping queues shorter and abandonment levels low. Now let's analyze the link between first call resolution and cost per contact, as well as overall operational costs. When FCR is high, fewer repeat calls are generated. This reduces overall call volume, which lowers labor expenses, telecom charges, and overhead. As a result, the cost per contact decreases, directly improving profitability. In contrast, when FCR is low, multiple calls are required to resolve a single issue. This inflates both agent labor costs and telecom expenses, raising the overall cost per contact and eroding operational efficiency. For example, at an FCR of 85%, the cost per contact may average around $5. But when FCR drops to 60%, the cost per contact can rise to about $7.50. This makes it clear that improving first call resolution isn't just a service quality initiative, it's also a critical lever for reducing costs and protecting the bottom line. Finally, let's look at the relationship between first call resolution and agent morale and attrition. When FCR is high, agents experience more positive customer interactions. They feel empowered to solve problems effectively, which builds confidence, increases job satisfaction, and reduces turnover. A supportive environment where agents can consistently deliver resolutions strengthens retention and morale. In contrast, when FCR is low, agents deal with frequent escalations, repeat calls, and frustrated customers. This creates stress, emotional burnout, and ultimately higher attrition rates. Over time, workforce stability suffers, leading to a cycle of inexperience and declining service quality. In short, improving FCR doesn't just benefit customers, it directly impacts the people delivering the service, creating a more motivated, engaged, and loyal workforce. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.